Hi, I've got a beauty review for you today and I'm going to be testing the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Custom Coverage Corrective Duo. It is a bit of a mouthful, but this is what it is. I'll just get it out and I'll show you. I've been looking around for some really good colour correcting sort of concealers to help with certain problem areas on my skin, and I saw this and I love Estee Lauder, I love their Double Wear range. I've never tried their concealer, so it's not so much a concealer, it is a correcting coverage duo. So there is a bit of coverage, but it's more about neutralising certain problematic areas on your skin. So it comes in different shade ranges, and the range I've got is peach because it fits well with my skin tone. I will read through a little bit of information on their website just to tell you a little bit more about what sort of colours to go for if you're thinking about purchasing this. I bought this recently and the recommended retail price is £24. So what you have here is two wands. So on one side you've got light coverage. This is used for areas to cover large areas of the skin, so perfect for under eyes. And then the other side, it's more of a stronger peachy colour. This is more full coverage and it's got a different wand. There, it's got a foam tip wand. So this is used for directly applying on top of spots or blemishes, or in my case I've got broken capillaries on my cheeks, so that was for applying there. And it claims that that will last and stay put for up to 24 hours. So when I read all that, I thought it sounds brilliant. It sounds very much like a concealer, but a neutralising concealer with a big hole. So it really appealed to me. So I wanted a product like this then that I could use all throughout the different seasons. So in the summer I tend to wear fake tan, so having a peachy colour corrector underneath my foundation will work perfectly. As with now wearing quite a light foundation, I think it works perfectly as well. I don't like taking my Tarte Shape Tape below my under eyes, obviously a little bit on my cheeks, but not here where I have my broken capillaries or spider veins or whatever you like to call them. I've got a few dotted around there. So I don't like taking Shape Tape down low because it's quite a full heavy coverage concealer. So this really appealed to me, especially the more peachy tone, the fuller coverage, and the fact that it stays put. It sounds really great, and the lighter end as well for doing under eyes, perfect. So I've got information here, so I'll give you a quick lowdown about what it is, and I'll tell you a little bit about the different shades and what shades you would go for if you were thinking of buying it. The description says that it's correct, conceal, transform, skin perfecting duo, helps custom correct dark circles, spots, redness, dullness and more. Each duo has two levels of coverage. On one end, a light luminous whiz all day formula with brush applicator to sweep across larger areas. On the other hand, a full coverage hydrating concentrate with a sponge tip to cover targeted areas for up to 24 hours. Helps blur the look of imperfections for a flawless, even skin tone. Creates a flawless base for concealer and or foundation. Here's how to choose your shades that is right for you. For dark circles and spots, choose by skin tone intensity. You would choose the pink shade for light skin tones, peach shade for light to medium skin tones, which is what I've got, apricot shade for medium skin tones, tangerine shade for medium to deep skin tones, orange shade for deep skin tones. To correct specific concerns, choose one of these. Yellow shade brightens dullness, lavender shade neutralises yellowness, green shades reduces redness. For best results, apply before concealer and or foundation. Gently tap on with the applicator and lightly blend with fingertip or a brush. So it's dermatologically tested, non-acnogenic and won't clog pores. So that's the bump about the product. So yeah, it's quite pricey. As I said, I got it on, I think I bought it on Look Fantastic and I got it for £20, so I had a couple of pound off. I think there was a deal on. I will link it down below, so if the deal is still on, I will mention that. So that is the product. So if you'd like to see how it applies and what it looks like on my skin underneath concealer and foundation as well, then carry on watching. So my skin is all prepped and I've got a primer on my face, so I'm going to be using the light side underneath my eyes and the full side on my broken capillaries. I'll just zoom in. As you can see, I am quite dark, especially if I look down. Got quite dark under eyes, so let's see if this works. So the lighter one, it's quite a nice colour actually, it's not too far off the sort of colour I would go for as a actual concealer. You can tell there is a peachy undertone, but it's quite light, it's quite nice. So I'm going for the full coverage one now. So I'm going to put that on my broken capillaries. And where I've got a few little red spots, definitely the fuller colour corrector is more peachy toned, whilst the lighter one is slightly lighter. So let's blend it in. I'm using a Nancy Beauty blending sponge. So I'll start off with the full coverage. And then my under eyes. My eyes tend to get quite dark in the corners as well, so I'm really pressing in there. Right, first impressions, it's done a really good job. This broken capillary has really toned down. You can still see this one, so I am going to put a little bit more on, but my under eyes, they seem brightened, definitely. And you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, the test is if you look down, isn't it? Because that's where the bags are, the shadows. They look quite impressive, and I'd be quite happy to leave it as it is, but I am going to apply my concealer as normal. But before I do that, I'm just going to add a little bit more of the fuller coverage colour corrector just on my broken capillaries, a little bit more there and there, to try and disguise them a bit more. Right, that is a lot better, that is blended in a lot better. That one, you can still sort of see it, you can sort of see it, so but it's taken off the redness, it has taken that off. The peachy colour is doing its job. So I'm going to apply foundation and then concealer and just show you what it looks like all together. So the foundation I'm using is Yves Saint Laurent All Hours, and this is in shade B20. Absolutely love this. I got a B30 for the summer in readiness when I have my tan, my fake tan. So I'm just putting that, blob it all over and then blend it in. So that's my foundation on, and now I'm going to put some Tarte Shape Tape in shade Fair Neutral. What I was hoping for with the correcting duo was that it would cover enough so that it would be okay with just the foundation on top, but I'm finding that my under eyes seem lovely, great, really happy with that, and the sort of spots that I've got on my nose and the tops of my cheek. But for my actual broken capillaries, I was finding that I still need to go down here with my concealer, but I don't like bringing it down here because it's too pale on my cheeks, and I find I have to cover up these broken capillaries. So I was hoping that the correcting duo will disguise the colour, or neutralise the colour I should say, to the point where just applying foundation on top will be fine. But unfortunately, there, I'm just blending it all in now, but unfortunately it hasn't. So even after using it twice on the full coverage, it still didn't disguise or neutralise fully. It still didn't neutralise fully the broken capillaries. It did tone down the redness, there's no doubt about it. It really toned down. It definitely toned down my under eyes, you could tell instantly, and I feel like I don't need as much concealer underneath my eyes. I just put a few little dots there, and I think it looks fine. And on top of my cheeks as well. I think this is wonderful. I think it's a really great product, and I will continue to use it, but unfortunately it's not full enough to cover broken capillary completely. Unfortunately, it does neutralise the colour a little bit, but I was hoping that it would neutralise it quite a bit, so then when you would apply the foundation and concealer on top, you wouldn't be able to see it at all. And you can see it slightly, you can see it, but then I don't like wearing really thick, full, heavy makeup on my face, so I've just got to put up with it being there. And that one as well, I forgot that one as well. So I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on now, and I'll come back to you with my final thoughts and everything. So I've applied the rest of my makeup, and my final thoughts are that it is a really nice product. I am happy I've got it, and it will be something I will be using all throughout the year. What I do love is the light coverage side that does the under eyes. It felt really nice underneath my skin, didn't feel like it had a lot of product. It definitely neutralised my under bags, and yeah, obviously I've got a thick concealer on top, which is the Shape Tape, but I felt that I didn't need as much as what I normally do, which is a bonus. And then the full coverage side, it's good but not amazing. I was hoping for a bit more in all honesty, but truthfully, in order for something to really stay put on the skin and not move around and really disguise particularly like a spot or a broken capillary like I've got, or I've got a few there, then it would need to be a non-liquid product really. Because it's a liquid, it's movable, so when I use a blending sponge, you know, I try to blend in very, very gently without blending it completely away, so it didn't cover it completely, but it is not a concealer, and that's what I got to get out of my head. It's colour correcting, so it neutralises your base. And it did neutralise the colour. It's not as red as what it normally is, even with concealer and foundation on top. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, it's very faint. When I look in the mirror myself, I can only just see it, but that is fine because I don't like wearing a full face of makeup. I like to have a medium coverage but with a dewy finish, and I like to see that I have got skin under there, so that's fine. Yes, I don't like having my broken capillaries, but if you can see them, then it doesn't matter, not really. So it does help, it does help, but not as much as what I'd hoped it to be. So bottom line, would I buy this again? Yes, I will. I think this will last a long while, and I will be using it continuously, more so in the summer. I think when I do have a bit of a tan, I think it'd be lovely. So if there's any difference and my opinions are completely changed, I will come back and do another video. So I hope you like this review. Let me know if you've tried it or any of the others. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, it'd be great if you were to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more videos to come. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.